upholding the law. In every city in our country, I was in Duane Reade last night here in New York, just trying to get razor blades so I can get a fresh shave for today. I had to press the button for the attendant to come to open up the case just so I can get a pack of razor blades. That's what's going on in every major city of America.
That was MAGA Congressman and Trump stooge Byron Donald on CNN complaining about the greatest issue plaguing our world, and that's that razor blades are locked behind glass in pharmacies, which has been going on for quite some time now. And if that's the biggest failure of the Biden presidency, I think we're doing a pretty good job. But of course, that is not the only thing Byron had to say on CNN. And also, why is CNN bringing him on to lie and complain? But I guess that is a different story. The story today is that while Byron Donalds was lying, someone stepped up, one of the liberal co-hosts on CNN, and shut him down, literally called him a liar to his face because, let's be honest, that's just what he is. And so before we get into all of that, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you enjoyed this channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way in supporting the movement that we are building. Now, like I said, Byron was shut down on CNN, but before he appeared there, he made a little hit on Newsmax that I think we need to check out and shut down first, because his lies got called out on CNN, but we got to be the ones to call him out on Newsmax. So let's check this out.
When the crisis happens in America, they're not here with us. They'll talk about it from the White House. Karine Jean-Pierre will go out there and say whatever she says. The news reporters, most of them, not you, fine sir, but most of them, they'll cover for them. But they won't actually get down to the nitty-gritty of how to help people get back on their feet. North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina, massively devastated. Eastern Tennessee, massively devastated. South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, devastated. Where's Joe Biden? Oh, he was on the beach. Where's Kamala Harris? She was out west raising money, got on a plane, got on Air Force Two, not just any plane. She ain't flying Delta. Right. She's not flying United. She's flying Air Force Two on everybody's dime. She went back to D.C. She didn't go to these states and figure out exactly what's going on the ground to make sure people can get the help that they need in a timely fashion. This is what happens when you elect people who really don't have an idea of how to fix problems and how to set people up for success.
Byron clearly learning a lesson from his boss in Donald Trump, spouting what is just complete BS, saying that President Biden and Vice President Harris haven't showed up for those affected by this storm. One, a complete lie, and two, what just shows how separated from reality that Byron Donalds is, how focused on political photo ops he is not realizing that when any president or vice president visits a community, it creates some level of disturbance. Traffic is stopped. There are special protocols taken. And so the reason that President Biden and Vice President Harris haven't gone to affected communities yet is they don't want to create any greater impact while they are still recovering, because they care more about the communities than the photo op, unlike Donald Trump. And that is what is crystal clear, is that Donald Trump only cares about himself and whatever political gain he can get out of a situation or out of his lies. And those are lies that Byron Donald, like I said, pushed on CNN, but one of the fed up liberal co-hosts shut him down, and I want to take a look at that.
So according to those gentlemen there, saying that Trump is a threat to democracy is violent rhetoric, but Trump saying, let's just have one really violent day, that is not violent rhetoric?
No, he didn't say one violent day. That's not even what he said. Well, let's be honest about what he actually said.
Can we play
it again.
Trump again?
Play it again, because he didn't even say that. But go ahead.
Can we play it again?
I want to hear it.
All these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent. Then the city doesn't have money. It's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately. End immediately.
How is that not violent rhetoric?
We have to acknowledge the reality going on in every city in America.
Not answering the question. Not answering the question.
That is answering the question. Because the reality in America, hold on, Keith, the reality in America is that crime is massively up.
Crime is not massively up. That's a lie.
You can bang the table all you want, but
you're
that's
lying,
not true.
Congressman. You're lying.
We already know that there are cities.
The FBI just released data this week that crime is going down.
We already know that.
Oh my God! Abby, why do you let this man lie on your national television like this?
I'm telling you the exact truth.
This is not right.
You may not
You're a liar,
you may not.
Congressman.
No, I'm
You're
not.
lying.
Because you're lying to the American people now. And so I want to be respectful of what you're trying to say.
Hang on a second.
Go
If
ahead.
you would just let me talk, I will explain exactly what you want me to explain. We have the data. The FBI literally put out data today showing that crime is down this year for the first 6 months of the year. But look at the trend.
I completely agree with Keith Boykin. It just, why is he allowed to lie on TV? Why is he not being stopped? Why would Abby Phillip not just cut him off right there? We have seen before, and actually many times with Byron Donald, him just getting kicked off of a show, and we're going to check one of those out in just a second, but I think we need to see that done more. Just cut the mic. Don't let him talk. He's clearly lying. You had the figures right there. Go point to them. Crime is down under the Biden-Harris administration. It was up to historic levels under Donald Trump. Why? Because he can walk the walk. Well, he can't walk the walk. He can try to talk the talk, but he cannot walk the walk. And it's clear. The numbers point to it. You couldn't say anything else. And speaking of crazy things that Donald Trump has said, I think you may remember, but if you don't, we're going to refresh your memory on what he thinks of Byron Donalds and how he refers to him in a very strange way. And I want to check that out right here.
Check it out. And he immediately, the first thing he did was approve the Nord Stream pipeline. And then they'd say, Mr. Congress, oh, look who we have. Byron, stand up, please. Superstar of the future. He's already a superstar, but he's a superstar of the future. Byron Donalds, Florida. Wow, that's nice to have you here. That's good. He's great. He's great. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. That one is smart. You have smart ones and you have some that aren't quite so good. But we have a group of people that are really great. But
So that was Donald Trump deciding to call Byron Donalds one of the smart ones. Okay, you can take away from that what you will, but I think I know what he's trying to imply there. And again, Byron Donalds, just an absolute Trump stooge, so disingenuous. We saw that with the talking points that he was trying to push on Newsmax. But when Donald Trump talks about you like that, how could you debase yourself to let this guy be not only the leader of your party, but the person giving you your marching orders every single day? We see Byron Donalds appear on mainstream media more and more. Of course, we are covering him and calling him out on this show, but he is just always pushing all the Trump and MAGA lies. I know he was on the VP shortlist for a while there, but is that worth it to sell out to a guy who refers to you as one of the smart ones? And I think we know what ones he is talking about. Just absolutely so gross that you would want to support a person like that, that you would show up and sell your soul out to them, and just in such an embarrassing way. And in one of those embarrassing ways, like I said earlier, Byron Donalds, when trying to push Donald Trump's lies, ended up getting kicked off of a show specifically talking about and defending Donald Trump's January 6th lies. And I think we just got to check it out because it is such a fun watch.
The riots that just occurred at Union Station when Bibi Netanyahu was speaking to Congress, you had the same U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia who decided to just let people go and not file any charges, even though they were defacing monuments at Union Square. So we want to be fair with the justice system. We don't want to be political with the justice system.
My question is on those rioters who assaulted officers. Would you pardon those people? Donald Trump. Oh, absolutely, I would. You wouldn't pardon those? If they were innocent, I would pardon them. That is the entire quote. They are not innocent. They are convicted. He said he would pardon them.
And George, what I'm telling you is he's going to go back and look at these cases because it is without a doubt. And look, January 6th is a very painful memory in our country, but it is without a doubt that the U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia was supercharging these people because of political viewpoints. Because you had other riots that have occurred in Washington, D.C., where the charges were minimized or dismissed altogether. That is not an even-handed system of justice. That is a politically motivated system of justice. And you don't have to look any further than the difference between how the Department of Justice has treated Donald Trump versus how the Department of Justice has treated Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. What he is talking about is equal enforcement of the law, not picking and choosing because of your politics.
I would remind you that this Department of Justice actually indicted Hunter Biden, the president's son. And of course, we were talking about assaults on police officers, people who were convicted for assaults on police officers, which the president has said he would pardon them. Thank you very much for your time.
George,
Let's join now by our political.
Good on George Stephanopoulos. Like I said, I want to see more of this. There is no reason if a MAGA Republican is lying on your show, even if you have to fill the full 7 minutes that you're supposed to be doing an interview, just kick them off. spend the rest of the time debunking their lies, talking about the reason what they said was wrong, and talking about why they are trying to lie, who they are lying on behalf of, and point out other examples of their lies. It's not that hard to have a little bit of journalistic integrity, and good to see George Stephanopoulos have it there. I absolutely love that clip. One, because we have to call out the hypocrisy of MAGA all the time, but it is so easy when we are talking about Donald Trump, who claims to back the blue, but also supports pardoning January 6th rioters who attacked Capitol police officers. So many great ways to call out MAGA in one, and we're going to keep doing that on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And if you want to go one step further in supporting this show, you can become a monthly member by clicking that join button. And until next time, I'll see you soon.